Tehillim Kuf Memvav 146. We say this every single day. I want to read to you the second pasuk. Alala Hashem b'chayei. I will praise Hashem in my life. Azamra, and I will sing le'elokai, to my God, be'odi. This word be'odi has so much ink spilled upon this word. Be'odi simply means within me. Be'odi means still when it's still. Od means still. What does exactly this word mean? It's such a mysterious word. Rav Nachman from Breslov in Reish Pei Beis, one of the most, probably the most famous Torah of Breslov, of Likutei Moharan, writes that every person has to judge his friend favorably, and he has to judge himself favorably. And he quotes this pasuk, Azamra le'elokai be'odi. I have to make sure that I also judge myself favorably, because otherwise a person destroys themselves. Interesting that the Tasha Rebbe's Chusei Hagen Aleinu also expounds on this word, and he says such a beautiful idea and such a chizuk. He says, Chazal say, it's a Gemara Masechet Sanhedrin Daf Mem Daled, Yisrael, Afal Pi Shechata, Yisrael. Powerful statement. Yisrael, even though you sin, you're still called Yisrael. Says the Tasha Rebbe, we know that there's an akuda. There's what's called an oid. There's something still. A person can be in the worst place, did all the worst sins possible, and yet there's still something, that oid, that's left over. Why? Because that oid can never be damaged. It comes all the way back to the time of Adam HaRishon when he was created, and that's the reason why in the Tanya, it's amazing we're combining everyone here. The Tanya says that this is why we see that even Poishesa, we can have the worst rebellious Jew, and yet when it comes to a time where he has to give up his life to Mekadesh Shem Shamayim, where they're killing him because of his Judaism, suddenly he turns into a different person that is ready to walk into the fire. Where does that come from? It's that oid. And the reason why this is so important is, first of all, it's a fascinating fact, but it's much more than just a fascinating fact. It's the idea that everyone else has to remember. We could fall so deep. We could look like we don't even recognize the person. This is a Jew. It can't be earrings, piercings, everything under the sun. It doesn't matter. He has the oid. And you should sing about this to my God, Be'odi.